Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's Bank Holiday Monday, the day after the Newark Koi show, and what I'd like to chat about is who I met at the show, what I bought and what I nearly bought. But just give you a quick look at my fish. They're looking really well. I have actually drained down most of the pond today and refilled it because unfortunately my little Piracini I had, which I said was damaged last time I did a video, took him out, treated him and had to quarantine him because whatever he'd caught himself on looked like it had got infected. And the reason I drained the pond down was to try and find what he caught himself on, and I can't find anything. I can only assume he was chasing some of the small fry I put in here, which instead of culling I thought might be protein for these fish, and he might have got caught swimming around in that corner over there where the pump is. And well, I can't find any loose jubilee clips or anything like that, but unfortunately he didn't make it. But these are doing okay. These I can't see anything else on any of these, so I don't think it were a bacterial thing. So hopefully these are going to be alright. I'll just got a few crab sticks for them because they've not had any because I've been at Newark show. But you can see the colours of them, how well they look. And for me it's a bit of a shock that they're doing that well. I've got them on Nutrimare and Balance at the minute with a few mealworms thrown in, which obviously that's a lot of protein going in, and I ought to cut back a bit more because to be fair I think that's what's sending the water the colour it is. But when I drained it down today, because I've not got a bottom drain and I've just got two pumps in here, I was looking for the waste and I haven't got a lot. And when I look in top of the filters, I don't get a lot of waste. So I think both products are so good. And if I'd got a bigger pond and I wanted or less fish, I'm sure I could bring them on a lot better. But as I say, they're looking really well. Regards the show, I met a lot of people and I bought a bit of stuff. So I bought the pan net from No Fine Nets. That's got to be right. Had a chat to them. Well, I burnt the eardrums. I think I talked to them for that long, talking about all sorts. A couple of lovely blokes. I enjoyed the chat actually, and they were good to me. And I bought this Nutrimare again. Didn't get a sticker, Dan, I will tell you. I've seen Davey from Black Country Koi. I've seen his video today, and you get him a sticker to put on his feeder. I am disappointed. I think they thought I were an old man because they asked me if I wanted a hand out with that, and it only weighs about 10 kilos, so, but yeah, thank you very much. I met this guy. He's a new YouTuber, Scratchy Koi Ponds, and I was quite pleased because he said he'd watched my video and saw the embroidery on the shirt I had done by Lebo. So he got in touch with Lebo, and he had some shirts done. So promoting your other YouTubers obviously can pay dividends for them, and if they're trying to run a business, then why not? may as well give some money to somebody you like other than somebody you don't like or don't know. I also got this water test kit from Exclusively Koi from Ryan and the gang. Nearly bought a fish from them, because they'd actually got a fish in I really liked, and Hilary likes the Deutsch showers, and he was probably 35 cm, something like that, 30 cm, and it was a lovely fish, but I hesitated. I WhatsApped Hilary some photos of it, and she rang me back later on and said, look, it's your choice, you know what you're doing with fish. So she's very optimistic, but she says, you know what you're doing with fish, you know you overstock, but do you think it'd be alright in there? And I left it, and I thought, well, I'll pick it up just before I go home, and you guessed it, it was gone. I stood at the vat and Gaz came to me and said, what are you looking for? And I got the photo out and said, I'm looking for this fish. And his mate who works for him as well came, he said, I've just sold that. So I thought, I wonder if that's the couple, they've sold it to that couple who I was talking to earlier, when I says, I really like that fish, I think I might buy that fish. And I thought, I wonder if they bought that fish because I said I liked it. Paranoia, I think. But I did see them later and they said, yes, we did buy a fish, but it weren't that one, so it weren't them. They're from Sheffield, I hope they're okay. We did have, I did bump into them a few times. Also bumped into a young lad, Oliver, chatting to him and his mum and dad, and he's a golfer. And obviously they saw my shirt with a little golfing fish on, and we got chatting, so I gave him one of my mugs. I hadn't got one of the golfing mugs, I'd only got the gardening one, but they did message me this morning and say that Oliver had his hot chocolate in it last night, and he really liked the mug, so it's always a bonus, and I hope he does well, because he's at Coxmoor, one of the local clubs to me, so I hope that he takes it up and gets really good at it, and one day he can bring me one of his mugs he wins when he goes to British Open or something. So good luck, Oliver, enjoy your golf. Also, I gave Scratchy Koi, I gave him a mug. I gave him a mug and a shirt because he was once a golfer, so. But I was a little disappointed, well, a lot disappointed to be fair, that I didn't meet Ty, our American friend who runs Koi Pit. He was there. I did stand talking to a young lady for about 10 minutes, having a laugh. She liked the golfing fish on my shirt. And when I saw Vince's video later on in the day, I found out that, well, I realised that were actually Ty's wife. So I spoke to her for 10 minutes, not knowing who she was, and missed Ty altogether, which is disappointing, because I did see Aaron, and he was with Aaron, seeing Aaron and all his family. Also had a chat to Andy from Derby Koi, Andy from Koi Lifestyle, Si from Up North Koi, who always does a very good video on the vats. He's very good at videoing the fish in the vats, and I quite enjoy his videos. So when Up North Koi put their video out about Newark show, give it a look, it's worth it. It's quite good with the keeping of ponds. All his videos are quite interesting because he talks about water and everything else. He's very good at that. I like to watch him. But for anybody who I haven't mentioned who I've seen, obviously I saw the Three Musketeers, Rocket Boy, Dave, and Tony from Farm Koi, and obviously Vince from Twisted Koi. But it was a very good show. If you weren't able to get, I do suggest that you do try and get there next year, with it being indoors as well. It was a bit warm in there, to be fair, but congratulations to everybody who got a prize. I do believe I did speak to a guy earlier on. I was looking in one of the vats and the air wasn't on, and there was a guy stood outside of me. I says, that's not very good, is it? No air being on, and I think the judges must have just looked at it and they hadn't turned the air back on. But his mate nipped down the alley and found one of the helpers, the volunteers, and they switched it on, so no harm done. But I do believe his Kawaku won a major prize. I think it was him, because obviously when I met him it was the Saturday, and I think I saw him near one of the vats saying it was his fish that won a major prize. So it's probably been a little bit boring, and you know, because we're talking about people we've met and one thing or another, but I like to keep you updated best I can. My fry aren't growing at all. I've changed all their water today and I've got some new food, so we'll see how they go. But these guys do love the crab sticks. So until the next time, folks, enjoy the rest of the week. It's not long before the kids go back to school, so you'll have some peace and quiet, and enjoy your koi keeping. And thank you for everybody who came and have a chat and put up with me. So I'll see you next time. Bye for now.